Lift the Sail just came out. How would you describe the album compared to your previous records?
We went into it kind of wanting to not do something different for the sake of doing something different, but maybe just have fun and explore things, just to not necessarily make the same record over and over again.
Yeah.
And so I think we accomplished what we wanted to. We're all very proud of it.
All right. You see, you're out of your Ocean Avenue comfort zone.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And I mean, there comes a point where you've made record after record after record, and you don't want to do the same thing. You want to challenge yourself and push yourself, and I think we try to do that with this.
Yeah, but I remember, well, rumor had it, I didn't actually hear it while you were doing the chats, while you were recording. Someone said the album was going to be more like, I think you said it was going to be more like lights and sounds.
I think that if I said that, what I would have meant was that it more like lights and sounds in the sense that it's not the same thing as we did on the last record, like more exploratory. Not necessarily sounds like lights and sounds, but lights and sounds, they kind of explored a little bit, and there was like some different elements going on.
Yeah.
And the concept of doing that.
You've been receiving very annoying responses to the last record. I know you.
The absolute punk thread when the record was being released was pretty special. It was like, I've never seen anything like it. It was incredible. And like, if someone doesn't like the record, I don't care. You know, that doesn't bother me at all. I know not everyone is going to like it, especially if you try something new. But just like, there was a few minute clip of like tiny little clips of each song, and people are already judging it and placing it in the their hierarchy of the catalog of the band's discography. Like, oh, this is going to be better than this record. I don't think it's going to be better. It's like based on like seconds of music, and then people are saying like, oh, it's not enough of this, and I think they should have done this, and it's like, well, why don't you make a band? And you know what I mean? It's just like, just the entitlement of people these days is pretty.
But people are very entitled, and you were risking a lot as well.
Yeah, and we know that, and we know that not everyone's gonna like it, and like that's fine. That doesn't bother me. That's okay. We don't expect everyone to like when you do something new, you know. But there's a way that you can. I don't know. You don't have to be like that about it, you know.
Yeah. I was having a lot of very high expectations because, as you said, you don't play lights and sounds live anymore because people didn't like it at the time, and you said you were going to risk it again, come up with a risk, and I was expecting maybe that's just with you.
I think the thing with this one compared to Lights and Sounds in terms of being different is Lights and Sounds, compared to Ocean Avenue at least, felt a lot darker. Like the mood was darker, the vibe was darker, the lyrics were darker. You know, that was a really kind of weird time in Ryan's life and all that stuff. And this, in my opinion, Lift the Sail does not feel dark at all.
Well, Ryan was at a very dark point at the moment.
Absolutely, and so that comes through, you know. And this record, I think, obviously a lot of the lyrics are about him and his wife, and there's like so much hard stuff going on with them, and I don't think it has the same dark mood. No. I don't think it has the same, and I think that's what a lot of the fans didn't like about Lights and Sounds. I think they didn't, because Ocean Avenue is always very summery and very light, you know.
In the record, I'm sure a lot of fans would like to know, I know, but still I think a lot of people would like to know there's a song called Madrid. And I know it's not because you love me so much, there's something else to do with that. Can you explain everyone else, because sure they would like to know.
So the song, Ryan obviously wrote the lyrics about his wife, because that's where they met, in Madrid. So it was basically about the night that they met, and that's the explanation. So that's why it's called Madrid.
Cool. Some other things happened. You changed your label. Any major changes that meant?
No, I mean they have kind of like a larger reach worldwide, kind of. I mean they're still technically an indie label, but they kind of have like just a larger staff and things like that, which is, you know, that can be good. And you know, it's been fine. You know, everyone there is super nice.
You got a better budget to work with for the next record?
Yeah, I mean, that and, well, kind of just more in the promotional sense. There's like a lot more, just more opportunities and more people working for you, and that's, you know, that's always a good thing.
Yeah. Cool. So, other things that happened, LP, parted ways with you guys. Can you tell as much as you can, as much as you are allowed to tell?
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously, you know, we like to keep like the personal details, obviously, to ourselves. But you know, it was just time for him to do something else, and really that's it, you know. So.
Have you listened to his new band?
I've heard a couple songs. Yeah, I think the whole album is done, but I've only heard like 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have.
I find it's funny because I find it a bit similar to Yellowcard's first albums, like
Older stuff.
tossings.
Yeah. Well, in that, not super surprising because obviously it's Ben Harper's in the band as well, and they obviously are still like they like a lot of faster punk stuff, which is great. I mean, we all grew up listening to that stuff, and it's totally awesome that they're playing that kind of stuff. It seems like there's not a whole lot of bands these days doing it, so that's rad for them.
Do you think they will happen like Sugarbass, the original lineup will get together and they will claim for the name of Yellowcard?
Probably not.
Another name?
No, probably not. I don't think that'll happen.
2015 is going to be a year of anniversaries. Your 10th anniversary from being in Yellowcard?
Yes.
10 years.
10
Happened
years.
so fast.
I know.
How would you describe those 10 years in a sentence?
A very intense whirlwind and a dream come true.
Very nice. Also, subsequently, right after that, 10th anniversary of Lights and Sounds.
Yep.
And I know you made a big razzle dazzle for Ocean Avenue, like with the whole tour just for Ocean Avenue.
I know you love Lights and Sounds. Let me guess.
Yes.
Is there going to be a Lights and Sounds?
Yes. And an acoustic record. What are you going to do? Because I'm starting to believe you're not going to do anything.
Sorry to disappoint you, but we're probably not going to do that. We have, since we came back from hiatus, we have completed 5 full-length albums, 3 new studio records, and 2 full-length acoustic records. So we kind of need to just take a, just kind of breathe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like we wouldn't like to do it. It's just we've done so much, and we've been going nonstop. And obviously, the reason that we wanted to do that for Ocean Avenue is because that's the record that really broke the band. So it's kind of, it was obviously a special thing for that because of what that record did for the band. So, and obviously not taking anything away from Lights and Sounds. I love that record. I know that's your favorite record. I know. But I'm just saying that we can't, just go make an acoustic version of every single record now just because we've done it for a couple of records.
It's funny that you haven't gone back to Spain since you sold out both.
Trust me, I send those emails every time the discussion happens.
That's okay, you don't have to go now. I'm living in London now, so you better just
okay,
go.
now we don't need to go anymore because you're living in London. I'll tell our manager we don't have to go.
Cancel everything you were thinking. That's okay.
I really want to go back to Spain. I don't know why we haven't. It's
but you seem you guys had a blast. I haven't seen another shows.
Well, it's just Europe obviously is big, and like when you do Europe, you have to do UK, and so that's already going to take up like a big chunk of it.
And you're not a big fan of UK.
What's that? No, I like it. It's just like, it's a large chunk of time, and just doing a European tour at all for like once you start getting around a month, like it really wears on you. Like the touring process here, I mean, we can't do a 2-month tour of just Europe. Yeah. So we have to be very smart with like where we go and when we go there, and it's just we always have to do Germany. We always have to do France and Netherlands, and it's like, unfortunately, it seems like Spain always gets put on the back burner, but those aren't our decisions, we have agents who work for us, and they're like, oh, we're going to do these, and I say, what about Spain? Oh, there's not enough time this time, so, like, on this particular tour, we're not even going to the Netherlands, we always go there, and I'm bummed about that, so, and also, that venue in Barcelona is still the coldest shower I've ever experienced in my whole life. The backstage, there's a shower, there was just a pipe, not even a shower head, just a pipe sticking out of the wall, and just the stream water, and I don't know how it wasn't frozen. I've never felt water that cold ever anywhere.
It's bad as you remember. It's very bad that you remember. Like,
that's how cold it was. Yeah, and from now on, every cold shower I've ever experienced in any venue, I always compare it to there always, and none of them have been as cold as that. So I hold a special place for Barcelona because of it.
It's like top 3 of terrible showers.
It was really cold, but I would rather have a cold shower than no shower.
You did the ice bucket challenge before it was a thing.
Yeah, a couple of years before. So the new stupid thing is, what color is the stupid dress? The issue is, I don't know what color the dress is in real life because I haven't seen it in real life. But in an image, with shadows and stuff, you can make colors look completely different. And in that image that I saw, it looks white and gold.
White and gold?
Yep.
I was looking at the same picture. At first it was white and gold, and then it changed to blue and black.
I've heard people say that, but I looked at it and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. And I looked and looked and looked and looked. It doesn't look anywhere near blue and black.
It completely freaked me out. It was like,
it doesn't look anywhere near gold and white.
It's pretty amazing. I read something about males have, I guess males or more of the group that sees white and gold. That's like the way we see colors differently or something like that. I don't know if that's true, but
You just got an Instagram and you seem to be very excited about it.
it's not even so much that I'm excited about Instagram. It's that I have become again excited about photography. Yeah. Because I used to be very interested in it years ago, and then when I first joined the band, the first trip I ever did was in Japan, and I got a nice like little Sony digital camera. Like it was not available in the States, but in Japan it was because Japan is Japan, you know. And so I took that everywhere with me for a while with the band, and then it broke, and then I didn't have one anymore, and so I just kind of forgot about photography for years. And then last year I got the new iPhone. And the camera on that is, if you know what you're doing, can be amazing.
Yeah, your pictures are amazing.
Thank you.
Really good.
Thank you. It's awesome for you to say. So it's not so much that I'm like, oh yay, Instagram. It's like that's just a place to like compile a body of work, you know, and just start like building something like for photography, which I'm now kind of getting back into. So most of the people in the world, I feel like, use Instagram for like, oh, here's my Starbucks, or like here's a, you know what I mean? Like I don't have any interest in using it like that.
So we can't expect your selfies to be on that anytime soon.
I will never put a selfie on Instagram.
No, that's why I was gonna buy you a selfie stick, but
if you did, I would use that, but for like more interesting stuff than selfies.
I know.
Like different angles and things like that, you know.
I know, but you still can like photograph yourself and then find like another.
No, I'm not a selfie type of person.
Yeah. You're gonna spoil your Latigres and your.
No, not for me. Maybe the other guys in the band, but I want it to be like a place where I just only do photography stuff. I don't even really want it necessarily to be associated with the band. Like obviously say who I am, but like it's not a social media thing. Like for me, it's like a place to do photography stuff.
But still, has been successful.
So far, yeah. I mean, the response I've gotten from a lot of people is really cool, and like I care a lot about it in the sense of like I'm going out every single day and shooting. One of my good friends just gave me her old Nikon digital camera, so I've been learning on like a real camera. I actually just got back. I went down to Nottingham Castle and was like at the cemetery and stuff. Like every single day on this trip, I've been going out and
Do
shooting.
you like the UK? Like to make it's a good place to make pictures.
Well, it's cool. It's actually because now that I'm like kind of back into doing this, all these places that I've been like a million times before, it gives me a whole new thing to do again. Because normally I've been here so many times. If I wasn't doing this, I would probably be sitting in the dressing room, watching something, or on the bus. You know what I mean? Like doing nothing because I've been here so many times. But now I can go and re-explore all the places and like find a way to take good photos and so it's like a reinvigoration for touring almost.
Okay. Something else. We all know you're a huge Tolkien fan. How have you found the new movies?
The new Hobbit movies? Disappointing.
Disappointing, right?
Yeah.
How come? Which one's the most disappointing one?
I think the second one was the most disappointing one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I thought the third one. I
thought so?
didn't finish it.
You didn't finish it?
No.
If you have a minute, I can explain my problem with it. I know that when you make a movie out of a book, there's always going to be things you have to change or maybe subtract or whatever for time. All these, I get it. It's Hollywood. We make films, whatever. Even the original Lord of the Rings, like there was stuff that wasn't in it changed. But like, I think there's a way to do that where you still keep the integrity of the story, and like, I think he was pretty good at doing that in Lord of the Rings. But there was. Starting in the second one of the new Hobbit movies, there's just so much stuff in it that just doesn't ever happen.
Yeah.
Characters that don't exist, like relationship things that happen. Even aside from that, I just think that what happens is because he added all this stuff and it was all like this just crazy action stuff that they lost what was really important, which was Bilbo's transformation from not wanting to go on the trip at all to like being a hugely important key figure to like the way things ended up. He's just kind of not even really a thing in the movies because there's so much other stuff that they're adding, and I don't know. Yeah, it is. Well, because I love it,
Yeah, I know.
And I will say, I wouldn't say they're as bad as like the newer Star Wars movies, which are just disgusting. But they don't even exist to me. But it's
dead too.
Yeah, absolutely. The new ones that are about to come out, I think, are gonna be good. But